Hey there, welcome to Tour the Office Tuesday. It's Tuesday the 27th of February, 2018, year of our Lord. And as I mentioned last week in Tour the Office Tuesday, what we're trying to do here is to present some things that have been really nourishing for me within my own spiritual walk. And during the season of Lent, I think it's really important to talk about things that help connect us with God. So this week, I'm going to be talking about Bible translations and ones that I think are really cool right now. So most of us have seen a Bible that looks like this. This is the New Revised Standard Version. And for Presbyterians, this is kind of like, we don't have an official translation. Folks might think we do, but we don't. But most folks use the NRSV. And the New Revised Standard Version, among some other objectives that were part of the translation, one of the main objectives was to really kind of clean up the gendered language when they could. So the move from the New Revised Standard Version from the Revised Standard Version was pretty significant. I really like the NRSV, but I'm always looking for the new thing. I mean, come on, like, look at my office, looking for the new thing. So I have two translations that I want to share with you, one of which that I'm using that I'm solely using over Lent because it's so interesting. The first one is called the CEB Storyteller's Bible, and it's kind of a new Bible that I came across. It's a Common English Bible translation, and it says the Bible. This particular Bible is for anyone who is interested in telling and reading Bible stories as sort of the way the stories were told in their original context. So when you go in and you look at some of these, particularly the Old Testament stories, it'll have these little blue areas that talk about some of the narrative history in way, not necessarily like the academic history or word history, but like what did rabbis and what did rabbis say about this story in their own time and place. And I think it's just really, really cool. I've never really come across anything like this that really talks about the narrative history of the Bible and the way that it's sort of been told and retold over the years. So I've really found this to be interesting, and it's cool. I mean, this is a cool Bible. It has cool artwork on it. So I'm cool with this Bible. The Common English, you know, it's like, is it the most academic? No, but you know, it doesn't have to be. It's fine. I really like this though, and I think if you're looking for a new Bible that kind of feels different, reads differently, this is a neat Bible, CEB Storyteller's Bible. The most interesting translation that I've come across in a long time is this one. It's only the translation of the New Testament, but it's called the New Testament, a translation by David Bentley Hart. And Dr. Hart is a Greek Orthodox scholar at Notre Dame. He used to teach at Duke Divinity School and University of Virginia, but he translated the New Testament himself, and the purpose of this translation is to translate the New Testament as if doctrine is not given. So one of the things about translating ancient languages is sometimes we just don't really know what a word meant, even like, not just me, because I don't know what a lot of words mean, but somebody who is a scholar of ancient languages doesn't really know what a word means, because when we do translation, we often look at a word and then we look at it the way that that word finds itself in other forms of literature, and we just kind of use context clues to figure out what the word meant. And sometimes words just don't really appear in other forms of literature. So when we encounter words like that, sometimes we just translate them as best we can based on sort of the history and the doctrine of the church. And so what this translation seeks to do is to translate the New Testament as if we didn't have this rich and vibrant and sort of forward-moving history and of church tradition. So I'll be honest with you, some of this is pretty unnerving as you read through it, because there's things that are translated that just, you know, it sort of makes you uncomfortable. But I'm using this solely during Lent. This is my Lenten Bible, and I'm gonna keep reading it afterwards. This is really cool. This is like the newest thing. And you can find this on Amazon or any bookstore. And the reviews on it are pretty split, which for me, like, I'm all about that life. So if some people really, really don't like it and some people really, really like it, I think I would probably be interested in that. So this is the translation that I find most interesting right now. What's your favorite translation of the Bible? I hope that you have one. I hope that you will read it, because I think that's really important. But more than that, I hope that you'll kind of use the Lenten season to look at other translations and see how God's Word can speak to you in a new way through that practice. I'll see you next week.